Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a terrific week so far. And welcome back once again to another video of book reviews and recommendations. And this week, I'm reviewing and I want to recommend you guys. And this is the second time I'm reading this book. And this book is called The Business Secrets from the Bible, from the author Rabbi Daniel Lapin. I'm a fan of him. He's a very intelligent man. I've seen a bunch of his interviews, and he's one of the people that I learned a lot from. Just a man of wisdom, of man that drops so much knowledge. And in this book, he is no BS. He is also the author of the book called Thou Shall Prosper, which I also have it, and soon I'll be making a review about it. And in this book, he lays down 40 secrets from the Bible. And there's many parts that I want to read to you guys that it might convince you to buy the book. But boy, oh boy, buying this book was a blessing. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made from a book standpoint. So give me a moment because there's certain things that I want to read to you guys. And the first one that I'm going to read to you guys is secret number 6. And this secret is called, just a minute. Secret number 6 is called Everything Important and Joyful You Have Achieved has been in partnership with at least one other person. If you're a person that's interested in business, this book I highly recommend it. And collaboration, networking is very key. All right. So let me read you this small portion from secret number 6. The Bible tells us that there are 3 things needed for an ultimate art of creativity. First, it requires at least 2 people. Oftentimes, creativity requires far more, as in the case of business, but always at least 2 people are needed. Secondly, the 2 people need to be different from one another, just as mother and father must be different in order to create a child. So must any 2 creators be. Imagine yourself trying to create something with yourself. You would agree on everything. There would be no mingling of minds, no give and take. That's not a very good way to be creative, because a creator needs somebody who won't just agree with them all of the time. This is the reason for Genesis 2:18, a helpmate opposite him. What is the value of a wife who always agrees with her husband? Now, I certainly don't want to be publicly humiliated by my wife, but I do value her input. Whether I have succeeded or failed at something, I value her honest feedback. Similarly, imagine trying to start a business with a clone. What could you learn from each other? What have you to offer each other? Nothing. Working with a clone just makes no sense. There can be no creativity. Male and female partners, mother and father, these are a metaphor for giver and receiver. When sitting down with a partner to discuss a business proposal, the listener assumes the role of the female, regardless of the person's true gender, and the talker is the male, again, regardless of true gender. The male puts out a seed of an idea and hopes for a conception. Jewish wisdom bears out this idea, and even in English, we speak of conceiving of a plan or idea. At this point, the female must respond, and there is an exchange of male and female roles. And if all works out, after much give and take, we may see a conception, a viable idea born into fruition. It may take days, weeks, months, perhaps 9 months, as with the ultimate act of creativity. That is the model provided by the Bible in the story of Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve is a model for the act of creativity, and one of the greatest acts of creativity is entrepreneurship, building a business. The third thing that the Bible tells us about the act of creation, with the creation of a child as our model, is that, and I am not being coy or suggestive here, creating anything is one of the most exciting and pleasurable things that people can do. Yes, creating something, I know because I'm a creator, I love creating things, but I think that anybody who's into business and that wants to be a spiritual entrepreneur, this book is definitely for you. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend for anyone. This book is just has a lot of gems. And I'm gonna read you guys one more secret 17, which is called Raise the Limits on Yourself and Others by Imposing Boundaries and Structures. Time management is so important. Commit to time management. Engrave your schedule in granite so that you might be free to thrive in business. Lock yourself into productive commitments as much as possible. Every day on your calendar should be full of productive work. Block off every day except, of course, the Sabbath. Number 7. That's what I do. Work 6 days and I rest on the 7th. As you want to give yourself one day off a week. Many people take off 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday, but this is, in my opinion, excessive. God did not create the earth and then on the weekend rest. He rested on the last day only. Buy yourself a calendar if you don't have one and start making commitments. You may give yourself one day to rest and remain free to do so as you wish. Mark that day on the calendar every Saturday if you are Jewish, or Sunday if you are a Christian, or whatever. But on the remaining 6 days, you must lock yourself into commitments as much as possible. You must be productive. This is how you will succeed in business. Fail to do so and your competitors will outpace you. Damn right. I also encourage you to keep a journal in which you can keep a record of whether or not you completed your goals. It is not enough to say your goals. You must meet them. You have to hold yourself accountable. This right here, guys, is my agenda. I write every day what I'm gonna do, and I check everything off of this list. I write my meal plan and my agenda of the day. Left side is my meal plan of the day in terms of what I'm gonna be eating, and this is my agenda on the right side. Very key, very key. Make sure you do that. If you don't have a journal, make sure you buy one. Oh yes. So, like I said, that one is my notebook that I write for agenda in terms of what I'm gonna be doing each day and what I'm gonna be eating. And this is my personal journal right here. And on my journal, I write how was yesterday or how my day is going so far. I usually write on my journal in the morning and the night. And I also make sure that I write 5 things that I'm grateful for. And this is idea that I got it from the rabbi. So for example, one of the things that I always write every single morning in terms of 5 things I'm grateful for, those are: number 1, Jesus Christ; number 2, to be alive; number 3, my family; number 4, to have a home, food, water. I'm always grateful for that. And last but not least, my career. Whether many things: independent filmmaker, writer, producer, content creator, podcaster. I'm grateful for all of those things. So very important to have these things. Make sure you jot everything down. It helps out a lot, especially as we get older. So, but again, the book is called The Business Secrets from the Bible. And when you have a best-selling book like Those Shall Prosper, you know, you gotta take in consideration it's the real deal. It's the real deal. Rabbi Daniel Lampin, you could see him in many different places. You could hear him on radio. He has a podcast. He's also been a television personality, a Torah scholar, and Newsweek named him as one of the top 50 rabbis in America. I am not surprised by it. He is also the president of the American Alliance of Jews and Christians and has been the headline speaker for hundreds of companies, organizations, churches, synagogues, and the list goes on and on. So this is someone that you definitely will want to learn from, want to look into. Like I said, I've seen a bunch of his interviews on YouTube. Just by listening to him, he makes you smarter. So yes, Business Secrets from the Bible. My review from 1 through 5 for this book, I give it a high 4.8 out of 5 stars. Tremendous book, tremendous book. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to go to my online store, mikesproduct.shop. And as always, be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you.